I started practicing yoga by reading books, books by different yoga teachers. But unfortunately, I could not get in my school days a good guide, personal. I couldn't meet a personal teacher. So I was doing yoga through his book, Patanjali Yoga, and some of the book was Shivananda of Rishikesh, and some book were from Anger from Pune. So those books were my teacher, but unfortunately I could meet only a good teacher after several years of practice of yoga. So between 5 and 6, and I do half an hour silent meditation on a bed before I start my day. And then we have a yoga practice in meditation hall for 1 hour, 7 to 8. With basically few yoga which teach by Ramdev, you know him. No? So we do 20 minutes pranayama, 20 minutes yogasana, and 15 minutes savasana every morning. And after that we do have dynamic meditation, also dynamic meditation. That's our daily routine. After dynamic meditation, I sit in silence for hours, and then normally I wake up at about 11. So from 7 to 11, 4 hours, I'm in my meditation room, and that's my best time. That's my time when I get nourishment from it. We have Osho Samadhi in Tapovan. We have made some temples of different masters. So I move around and meditate for some time. I go every morning at Osho Samadhi to pay my respect to my master. Sometimes I sit there for half an hour. So it depends. Then I come back, then I have brunch. I miss my breakfast.
So what do you prefer in brunch?
I have chapati and fruits. I am a fruit eater. Maybe in the past life I was a monkey. I love fruit so much. So fruit is my main food. And fruit and chapati and green vegetables. I love green vegetables.
And how to spend your whole day then after that?
Then after the brunch, we have emails, because I have initiated people around the world. In 80 countries, there are people whom I have initiated. So I receive hundreds of mails each week. No? So that takes about 2-3 hours to reply. So after brunch, we sit down to reply the mails. And it takes longer time. And after replying all mails, then I read newspapers. I'm very fond of newspapers and magazines. Reading is my passion. So I read periodicals, news magazines, things like that. And then we have a cup of tea, and I go for afternoon meditation. 5 o'clock we have afternoon meditation, Kundalini meditation. That's my favorite meditation. Again, after meditation, I sit in for silence. Normally, I love to sit in silence for hours. And it depends, sometimes I am tuned to silence, then I sit for hours. Sometimes I am not tuned, then my mind is working, then I come back after half an hour. So silence is my nourishment, and I love silence. And I do silent sitting in the morning for long hours.
So what's the best time to do meditation?
The best time is the morning. And the second best time is the before sunrise, and at that time of sunset. These are the two most, we call it Sandhikal, when the day and night meets. So these are the best time for meditation. And middle of the night also. If you can sleep early and wake up in the middle of the night after 12 o'clock, that is also a good time for meditation. Normally silent meditation, you can do silent sitting, because the whole nature is quiet and everything is silent. So it's very easy to go in tune with the existence and go into deep silence. Sometimes when I sleep early and I wake up in the middle of night, I do that meditation.
Did you find any time to close to Osho?
Close to Osho means
to see him very closely.
No, when he was in physical body, I was following him wherever he traveled, in Rajeshpuram or in Pune or Bombay. But after he dropped his body in 1990, my association with him is of last 40 years. 20 years when he was in physical body. So I was following him wherever he traveled. I was doing a lot of traveling because of him. But after he dropped his body, I'm settled down in Nepal in one place. But I started feeling him more strongly after he dropped his body. and I started getting his instruction in my meditation, in my vision, and I felt myself more closer to him than after he left his body. I feel now I can contact him more easily, because when he was in physical body, I have to go through the secretary, his secretary, and sometimes appointments were difficult, and it was given for a very short time, because there were a lot of people who wanted to see him. But once he has dropped his body, now his times are available for me, and I can be in his energy contact for hours. So I feel more close to him after he left his body, and that's why I was telling this evening also to people that after Master leaves his body, we can more easily contact him. We become omnipresent and omnipotent.
So how do you feel him? In meditation or just normal life?
There are several ways. There are several ways to feel him. I can tell you few. I cannot tell you all, because it is mystical, and some few things are not allowed. I'm not supposed to expose. But few things which I am allowed to tell you, I can tell you. The first thing I started feeling is in my dream. He used to appear in my dream regularly, on daily basis, and I was getting instruction. So you will find out I have several diary full of his instruction. So that started. First, the master appears in your dream, because your unconscious mind is innocent, your conscious mind is very clever. So when you will sleep, our conscious mind goes to rest, and unconscious mind is childlike. So it becomes easy for master to communicate with unconscious mind. So I was starting getting his instruction during my sleep. Then I started getting in my silence meditation. After yoga and after doing active meditation, I used to sit in silence for hours. And sometimes I used to see him in my vision, and I used to get his instruction in my silent hours. And then my communication with him developed in subtle plane, and I'm in touch with him, and I always get his instruction and his blessings and his energy. It is a very sacred science, so I should not explain you in detail. I'm not supposed to talk in detail.
So what's about that Rajneesh mystery school? Is it a school?
Yes,
or?
it's still existing. I'm a part of a mystery school. When also started in mystery school in 1986 in Bombay, he made me a director. He made six directors, and he made me one of the directors. And he gave me the most important department. He made me director of meditation and spiritual growth. That was the most important department in the mystery school. Others were made director of art, yoga, and dancing, music. But I was given the most important department. So he said that my mystery school will work mystically, and there will be no fixed place where there will be mystery school. The whole existence will be the place, and my people, I will be connected to my people on a spiritual plane, and they will work for me, and I will work through them. They will become my mediums. So it is happening. It happened this evening. So that way mystery school is functioning. I have traveled around the world, initiate people. I have initiated 65,000 people from 80 different countries, and it happened in a very mystical way.
So how do you carry on Osho's legacy?
I'm not that important. That I don't think that I'm that important that I have to carry his legacy. I'm just a junior disciple. I consider myself a very junior disciple. There are many thousands of disciples, and we all are putting our energy to keep his movement alive. I'm trying to keep his teaching pure and as original as it was. Many people, after Master leaves the body, they may compromise and they dilute the teaching, and you know that they make branches and sub-branches. Also in the Osho movement, there has been started becoming branches and sub-branches. So my duty is to keep his teaching pure and give it to the next generation in its purest form. I feel that's my duty, and I'm trying to do that as far as I can.
Did you have any doubt that he will leave so quickly his body? or no?
Uh,
Because normally people think if it's a person.
No, but he was tortured. You know that he was tortured in America. He was put into American jail, and 12 days he was in American jail where he was exposed to radioactive elements, and there is doubt that he was poisoned with thallium poisoning. So when we came back from America, we felt a sharp decline in his health. Before he was very healthy. So after he came back from America, his health started deteriorating, and there is a doubt that he was poisoned several times by misguided people who thought that Osho is against Christianity or against America. He was not against America or against Christianity. He was for humanity. He was not Hindu. He was not Christian. He was not Zen. He was just a human being, and what he was teaching is humanity. But people misunderstood him. So he was tortured by people. It always happened with the master. So when he came back from America and started becoming weak and frail and fragile, and then we had a doubt that maybe his health is deteriorating. And before we thought he will live for 100 years because he was very strong body. If you see his old picture, he is very strong and doing regular exercise. But after the American incident, and he was poisoned several times by several people, so then we had a fear that maybe he will not live long.
Did you also go to America with him?
Yes, I visited America. I was not. Osho asked me to do work in Nepal. When I first met him in 1969, in my first personal meeting, Osho told me that Nepal is a very potential country. As Tibet has become, whole Tibet has become Buddhist, and Buddhism became very popular in Tibet. Osho told me that in Nepal there is the same possibility. When I was the only disciple of him, 69, I was the only person who had met from Nepal. But he has a vision that one day thousands of Nepalese will join him and they will become his disciple. So he asked me to stay in Nepal. He told me that wherever he will make an ashram, you can come and visit, stay, but you will have to station in Nepal. So I was not allowed to stay in Rajasthan with him. I was going there several times as a visitor for a few months. Then he asked me to go and work in Nepal. So my station is Nepal, but I've been following him wherever he travels.
So did you find any difficulty when you established yoga centers over there? No.
But there were a lot of difficulty because many opposition. I was put into the prison. In the beginning, my parents also were very unhappy. My wife left me. I have to go through all torture you can imagine. You know? I was I have joined my service after engineering, and my salary was in Nepal. The salary scale is very, very low, so I had financial problems, and I had all sorts of problems. I've gone through all sorts of torture you can imagine. The first 10 years was very difficult, very, very difficult. But after 10 years, I could establish myself.
Now we got a lot of Osho followers.
Now we have 65,000 Osho disciples, and we have 75 centers in Nepal. We have 5 communes, and now it's the most active spiritual movement in Nepal.
Any opposition?
Now they are not much opposition as it was before. In early days, because his teaching is, you know, that is and very new for a conservative country like Nepal. It was a Hindu country. Nepal was a Hindu country, and you were not supposed to teach anything except Hinduism. It was illegal to teach anything except Hinduism. Those days. Now it is a secular country. But those days it was, by constitution it was a Hindu country. So it was risky. I was put into prison also for selling his book and teaching his meditation. But slowly people realize it, and I'm very much respected now in my country. Even President and Prime Minister, they all visit my centers. And now things have changed. Osho is a respected name, and as also disciple. People also respect me because I am